we asked the people that we featured on the barricade to choose what they were in the practice of. So, Mr. Matt, when I asked him, he, without skipping a beat, was like, I am in the practice of commitment. And I was like, okay, explain it to me. What are we committed about? And he so beautifully explained that he is committed in every aspect of his life, from his work, which is fastly growing to 3 Sessions West Coast Delis, to his family with I don't even know how many kids.
Too many.
And in supporting his wife, who is an amazing interior designer. And so when he talks about being committed, he really, really came up with hitting the nail on the head when it came to This Is Yoga. So I'm honored to give you Mr. Matt Maddock. He is going to be speaking about spirit.
My name is Matt Maddock. I'm the owner of Sessions West Coast Deli. I've got a store here in Newport Beach, one in Huntington Beach, and soon to be one in Irvine. I want to say a special thank you to the people at Lululemon for having me here tonight, including me and your family. It's a true honor and blessing to be part of this family. You guys are such a huge support structure. I don't know you all yet. I'd like to get to know everybody here. Special thank you to Sarah for including me in this barricade project that you guys have put together. I've got a 15-foot by 25-foot picture of my face on the side of a building in Fashion Island, which was honestly brought me to my knees. I took my kids here to check it out, and when I saw it for the first time, it was pretty amazing. So Sarah asked me to speak tonight. And she first asked me to speak about the word commitment. And the word commitment is the word that I used for my barricade advertisement. And that word happens to be a word that's very dear to my heart. I'm committed to a lot of things in my life. First and foremost, I'm committed to my beautiful wife, Summer, here. We've got 3 kids, a 2, 3, and 4-year-old. I'm committed to being a great father. I've got about 30 to 45 employees. It fluctuates. I'm about to open my 3rd restaurant, and I'm also committed to all of the things that go along with being an almost 40-year-old human being. So anyway, I was like, absolutely, I can speak about being committed. And then she goes, but we're going to be talking about this thing all in. You know, that's like our theme right now. You know, breathe it all in. We want to talk about being all in and how what you're going to talk about is being all in spirit. And I was like, cool, you know, absolutely. I could talk about being all in spirit. And inside though, I was like, oh crap, I'm going to screw this up. How in the world am I going to connect? She wants me to talk about commitment, and she wants me to talk about being all in spirit. And how am I going to connect these 2 words together? And so it's very important to me. This being up here was very important to me, so I really took it to heart and really wanted to come up with something to share with you guys that I thought would be impactful. And it took me about a week or so until finally a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, I ask myself a question quite often: what's one thing that I could do on a regular basis that would significantly change my life? And I want to ask you guys that same question. What's one thing that you guys could do on a regular basis that would significantly change your life? And I'll give you 5-10 seconds or so to think about that question. Now, usually when I've asked people, and I've tested this over the last 2 or 3 weeks or so, when I ask people that question, the answer to that question is something that they already have thought about. You actually are thinking about it almost on a regular day basis. Whether you want to read more, you want to do art more, you want to work out more, you want to eat better. This happens to be something that you've already answered that question, and you happen to ask yourself that question every day already. So for me, I ask myself this question, and the answer to that question was surfing. I've surfed for a lot of years of my life, and I haven't been surfing as much as I would like to lately, and the irony is that what's gotten in the way of that has been my commitments. My wife has gotten in the way of that. She hasn't really, but I want to spend more time with her, right? You know, my kids have gotten in the way with that because I'd like to spend more time with them. My work and my employees and the responsibilities continue to add up and add up and add up. And so the one thing that I could change, or one thing that I could do that would significantly change my life for the better, I'm not doing it because of my commitments. And so I decided I was going to go to bed a little earlier and wake up a little earlier, and I was going to try to make this change. And so I started surfing more. And the irony is that I started surfing more because I really thought that I was going to be, this is my form of working out. I'm not a gym guy. I do like CrossFit. And I love checking in so everybody knows I'm at CrossFit. But I'm not a gym guy, so I was surfing for me was going to be my workout, and that's what I wanted to do, was really take care of myself and take care of my body and work out. And so what I did, and I paddled out, and I'm sitting on the water, and I'm thinking to myself, and it gave me time to reflect and show gratitude to all the things and all the commitments that are important in my life. My wife, I can think about how I can be a better husband, and I can think about how I can be a better father, and how I can think about how I can be a better leader to my employees that I have, and I can think about my businesses and what I want to change and what's going right and what's going wrong. And it really gave me an opportunity to really focus on myself. And so when I asked myself that question again, what's the one thing that I could do that would significantly change my life for the better? The answer was something that was filling up my spirit. And so I imagine whatever the answer to the question that I just asked you guys, whether it be eating better, working out more, seeing family more, art more, playing music more, those are all things that are going to actually fill up your spirit so that you can take care of the commitments that are important to your life. I imagine all of you guys have important commitments. You probably all have families. A lot of you have kids. A lot of you have husbands. A lot of you have wives. Some of you have both. It's 2017. And those commitments are super important to you, but you can't give 110% of those commitments unless you're 110% in on your spirit and your head is right. So I would, and I'm here tonight and I'm using the platform to ask you guys the question again, what is one thing that you could do tomorrow that would significantly change your life for the better? And I'm willing to bet that your commitments to your husband or wife and your kids and your employees and your work and everything else is going to fall in line with that. So take the 30 minutes, take the hour, give it to yourself, and then watch everything else kind of fall in line.